Hello, everybody, and welcome to That Checks Out with Damon and Ted. He's Damon. I'm Ted. Welcome to the show. Hey, just so we don't forget, Mac, anything happened this week?
Hey, read it from your notes.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah. That was a live one. That was not about.
Yeah,
that was a live one. That was a live one. How was your week, Mac?
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Anything happen?
Anything happen?
No.
So I don't know if you remember this. 20 minutes ago, we said write it down.
Yeah.
Because for everyone else, it's been a week. For us, I haven't moved out of this chair.
So there is no notes.
No
Nice.
notes. No notes that I can see visibly with my own eyes.
We said, hey, jot that down. Take notes. So we've learned here at Audiohive, he does not take notes.
Yeah. He wasn't listening then. He's probably not listening now.
Good news is
left-handed.
there's no transcripts of anything that happens
Before
here.
we get into Mac's forgotten steak and shake story, we had some good Facebook shout outs, which is great because they put it so everyone can see, which we've been asking for that for almost 2 years now.
Yeah.
We appreciate all the one-on-one, like, hey, guys, we really appreciate your show. We're really great. Put it on there so we can share it with other people, so we can show people that this is happening.
Yeah.
So who did we get a shout out from, Damon?
Christina Harold.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, it was very nice of her to say that. Well, I think she's medical profession, and she's.
Yeah, she said it helps keep
it
her
helps,
mentally, and every Monday she looks forward to it.
Yeah.
And this is not so you have sympathy for us, but we strive. We jump through a lot of hoops to make sure that we will have an episode ready for you guys on Monday because we know how much you guys like it.
Yeah.
And that's for you guys because we know that it's part of your routine now. We appreciate that. We really do. Some of us, decided to almost die, and that ruined it for a month. And I apologize for that. I had nothing to do with it, but I apologize. But
and then I had to apologize to Wilson for actually coming back.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah. I had some new co-hosts lined up. One of them was named Bonda Ross. He would have come in, I'm sure. But we know. Thank you, Christina. It was very nice. Amazing.
Yeah.
I noticed you name checked Damon. Don't even know who I am. That's fine. I understand. I get it. That checks out. Yeah, like I said, we've been asking for that forever. Thank you for putting it in a public space so we can be like, look, we're not making this up.
Yeah,
people do enjoy it.
If I share like a private message from people, first off, I feel bad.
Yeah.
And then I feel like I'm boasting.
Right.
See, in this case, and it's weird because I don't normally feel this way. It was very humbling. It really did. It made me feel, because like you said, when we jump through everything to try to make sure this happens and gets out on time, we do that because we want to stay in people's rhythm. Right. We know that
we've heard privately that so many people are like, hey, you guys didn't have a show Monday. What happened? Or it came out a little bit later. That's on Mac. What's going on? I look forward to that.
Well, he didn't make a list of, I need to get the show out early Monday morning. but thank you.
Yeah. It's weird for us to I feel weird even bringing it up now, but it's an amazing feeling to know that even the little silliness we do brightens up someone's world for even 45 minutes to an hour.
And they were willing to share that with other people, so that's pretty cool.
So thank you very much.
Yeah. And we're still trying to stay on top of our downloads. Again, if you're in one of the states we listed, we could probably even read those later on.
Yeah, you put that video up, and I'm like, crap, I said I was going to list the states. So I had to go through and actually do a map tracker. That one.
I did it. I put
no, but in the video that you put out 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
it's in the. But
whatchamacallit, Mac.
Don't take away my credit. I did it.
Mac.
What?
How was your week?
It was great.
Yeah?
Please tell us about Steak and Shake.
I'm not going to.
We're not going to lead into it again.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Steak and Shake. Went there. I haven't been to Steak and Shake in probably 6 or 7 years.
Call me.
No, don't. I don't want them to call me. So
I think they owe you money.
I go there with a buddy. I'm working on Thursday at the G Center, right?
Yeah.
Guy wants to go to lunch. He's like, let's go to Steak and Shake. I'm okay, cool. We go in there. First of all, it's kiosks now. It's all
I did see a picture of that. Yeah.
Really?
There's nobody greeting you. There's nobody telling you go sit down or order here. So it was kind of that was already a shock when I walked in. I was like, what?
To be fair, Mac, even when they did have humans, there was no one coming to greet you or ask if you want your food.
Yeah. Zero guidance and zero welcoming. Yeah. Right.
So even 20 minutes in, you'd be like, hey, you in the back, can you just throw a couple of those patties down?
Hey, you in the paper hat. You work here, right?
So I think there were 3 people working that night.
Yeah.
And it's the Thursday before Christmas, so there's tons of people out.
Right. Yeah. That's most guys start Christmas shopping that day.
Yeah,
so yeah.
Pretty much.
So this is Christmas.
Tables were atrocious, and they like just left out like the spray and some rags. So we literally like bust our own table.
Yeah.
We went over there, sprayed it, wiped it down.
Are you
and
sure you haven't been in
everything.
Steak and Shake longer than 3 years? Because that sounds like the last 15 years of
Did you
Steak
by
and Shake.
any chance dodge a wrecking ball while you were eating? Because I'm thinking maybe you were at the wrong Steak and Shake.
Was there a sign up front that said Raising Cane's coming soon? Because I feel like I see a lot of those.
There actually is one.
Yeah,
going right down the street.
they tore down Diamonds. We don't have to get into this, the minutia of where your GC is.
So, Mac, how was Steak and Shake?
Well, we were order number 146. So, you hear 144, 145, 147, 148, 149.
Did you not hit save or enter?
Yeah. Did you throw a curveball?
No, I had a receipt. It was in my hand.
Okay.
I kept looking at the number. I'm like, this does say 146 on it, right?
Wait, that guy wanted an extra patty. I don't know how to do that. Just go to 147.
I did order a double, and my
That's it.
buddy only got a single, so that might have been it.
Ooh, they
Yeah.
send out one triple. You guys share.
Wait.
You guys share.
Wait, that's an odd number of patties. Hold on. They've only showed me 1 or 2. We'll just do 1 and 2. Nah, settle down.
So yeah, we had to ask for our food.
So what happened?
It came out like real fast after 25
So they had
minutes.
totally forgotten it.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
gave it to somebody in the drive-through.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, something
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
And then the orders were wrong on top of it. They didn't even make them right when we finally got them.
Well, most people in the drive-thru come in and order from the kiosk. We know that.
yeah.
So
Well, here's and at that point, right? You just ate it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was too. So right before I was going, my boss was standing there. I was helping out. I was ringing out this customer that I went out to lunch with. And my boss said, hey, can you make sure you're back by 5? Because normally we get like an hour break, but it was like 4:25 or whatever. So he's asking me to shorten up my break. And my buddy was like, okay, yeah, cool. And then I'm sitting there and it's 4:55. We haven't gotten our food yet.
Yeah.
And
Sure,
I'm like,
boss.
Is he really going to believe me when I was like, we were at Steak and Shake for 25 minutes and didn't get our food?
Yeah,
he's like, only 25?
Yeah, here's the problem: is he didn't tell Steak and Shake to make sure you'd be back by 5. That's on him. The reason I keep making fun of this is because I can't remember how long. It's probably been 15 years that we went to a Steak and Shake. I don't remember where it is, but the same thing. They were super busy. No one. There was like one person, one human working the whole floor, and they weren't cleaning tables. They weren't doing anything. So we thought we'd be like, we were young. I know Nate was there because he was part of the story. I don't remember who the other person was. Probably Duffy, proprietor of Foot Wedge Custom Pens.
Call me.
Please do. And so we were like, hey, we'll bus our own table, right? So we were going to take our stuff. So Nate grabs 2 mugs. They were glass back in the day. I don't know what they are now.
Yeah.
And he starts walking. He slips on the wet floor, decides to protect this company's mugs instead of his own body. Goes straight down on his ass, holding both mugs in the air. Like, look what I did. Like, wham! And I look around. He's just like, I didn't want the mugs to break. I'm like, you didn't break your fall, dumb. Like, that's what you should have done. That's what you should have worried about.
But the first thing that popped in my head, were you guys mopping the floor? Is that why it was wet?
Maybe I pissed on it. I don't know. But just whoop, went straight down. And suddenly they were like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And they were very attentive and everything after that. And they were like, but yeah, it was the same thing. It was like, there was nothing.
Yeah.
There was, and I feel bad because the people that did show up and are trying to work, they're trying to do their best, but they're not getting a lot of support from the corporate office, I guarantee, or the franchise owner, however that works. But
Yeah.
when you were like, I had a problem with Steak and Shake, I'm like, yeah, well, that checks out, man.
We're like, of course you did.
Yeah.
If you'd have come back and said everything went smooth, we'd have been like, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's a much more interesting story.
But no, that's the first thing. He's like, why is there tumbleweeds in here? And there was half a building was missing, and there's a wrecking ball swinging through.
Miley Cyrus is just sliding through. That's not a good sign, right?
Hey, you got
Oh, yeah. When I went to Arizona, I was in the airport,
yeah,
and they had jalapeno taffy.
yeah, which I'm a little scared to.
Yeah, but I brought it in because I want to try it on microphone. Because if we choke on this, I think it'd be funny for people to hear us die.
Yeah.
As we're trying to catch our voice.
yeah.
Should we do it one at a time so there isn't dead air, or we just all gotta throw it in there?
Hold on, I got to get it open.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we all do.
It's a little mushy.
Yeah. No, you go first.
I did.
Because you won't make a face, so then I'll still go. Odds are I'm not going to like this whatsoever. It's got an odor to it. It does have an odor to it.
That's always the thing you want to hear. It's called jalapeno chili taffy, a desert gathering delight.
I don't know. It looks like it's in a Capri Sun package. That's why I got excited. I'm like, we're having Capri Sun.
It does, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like I totally missed a straw. Ingredients are corn syrup, sure, sugar, palm kernel oil, salt, egg whites, but they use the gross scientific name for that. Jalapeno. Now, it has the little like accent over the N in the back, but not in the front. Probably couldn't pay for that font. Yellow number 5 and green, which is comprised of blue number 1 and yellow number 5.
Whoa.
So I think that's why you got to put yellow number 5 in there twice.
Hey, this is
yeah, it heats up at the end. I've been keeping that a secret, by the way.
Spoiler alert.
I went first.
Wow.
What do you think, Mac?
It's not hot. What are
Yeah,
you talking
I didn't
about?
say it was hot. I said it heats up.
No,
It starts out totally sweet. That's the thing is there's no heat, and then
I
suddenly
don't
it's
know
like,
that I like the flavor though either. But no, it leaves it like right in the back of your throat. You're like,
Yeah.
okay, there it is.
Well, I can see that if you'd accidentally swallowed it before it got hot, and now it's in your throat, and suddenly it turns hot. That's different than in your mouth.
Shouldn't
Mac,
eat so
Mac,
fast.
Sweet.
Mac, don't clip any of that.
Okay.
That I said that once. I do not want that on a button. I was talking about the taffy.
Sure you were. Hey, we don't have a whole lot. Hey, we can hear it now. Congratulations.
Really took a full episode to get there.
No, but what I did realize, because most people have downtime like between the holidays. They're maybe around the house more. Or they stay in.
Well, this was weird because this is the first. Usually, I take the week between the holidays off.
Right.
But because of our trip, I took before, so I had to go back to work. And I'm not going to get into the logistics of where I work or how that works, but I was covering for
I was going to say there.
quite a few peers.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of people off.
Yeah. So usually, like my coverage area is a chunk of the area.
Yeah.
I was covering hundreds of locations
Yeah.
for a week, and it was like, ooh, that's a daunting task.
Yeah. Guess what week I'm taking off next year?
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, so we've watched a little more like Netflix. We watched what was it? Because it's kind of in our backyard. The Starved Rock Murders.
I saw that, but I was flipping through it. I was like, wait a minute, why have I never heard of this?
Yeah. So I went ahead and watched it. Now I won't spoil anything.
Don't spoil it.
Yeah. Did you watch it, Mac?
No.
No.
Hey,
Is
I
it about
don't want to spoil either, but
Native Americans.
Spider-Man was in Spider-Man.
No, not Native Americans.
No.
Was that a series?
I don't know. I think Starved Rock. I think about.
This got weird.
Yeah.
We might have to edit this out. Have you ever seen a balloon deflate? Native Americans? No.
Just so you know.
No.
That jalapeno's still in the back of my throat. it's kind of ticking me off.
On a stick?
Yeah.
On a stick.
But no, so we watched this, me and Nicole, and what was weird is towards the end. Okay, they're doing a documentary on this guy.
Yep.
Okay, now he happens to be he's in prison because the murders. So it is what it is. But they're doing an interview with him, and he says, which a lot of people have like traumatic childhoods and this and that. Well, he witnessed something in his childhood that happened to his sister that he says kind of led him to do.
Wait, is this Halloween or is this
Yeah,
Rock?
right,
This-
yeah.
He killed his sister as a kid and then mental problems.
But no, so
Dr. Loomis was after him. Wait a minute.
wait a second. Does this guy wear blue overalls?
This guy wearing a Shatner mask.
Yeah. But the one thing he says is he goes, now, mind you, he's trying to get out of jail, right? Paroled or anything.
I'm sure this documentary is helping.
Right. So he tells the cameraman that had this happened when I was a little bit older, I would have just killed that guy. Okay. I don't think that's probably your statement of choice when you're trying to get granted parole.
Has he not seen Shawshank Redemption? You got to get to the point where you just reverse psychology. I don't care. Let me out. Don't let me out. It doesn't matter anymore. Or we'll let you out.
Yeah.
I really want to get out. I'm a changed man. Staying in.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Liar.
I don't care. It doesn't matter. 6 of one, half dozen of the other. You're out.
But that's what it felt like. And I'm like, this is not going to help your case, So
If you could go back and what would you change? Well, I would have killed him.
but I didn't kill those 3 girls.
I didn't kill the things, but I didn't do the stuff. But I would have done.
Yeah.
I would have killed that guy that came after me for killing the 3 girls. Wait, what? I don't think that's how it.
You're not supposed to give it in chronological order. I don't understand why this is happening.
Well, this changes all the times I've like just wandered around and started like, oh, this is beautiful. Yeah, there's bodies over there.
That's what's weird. So I've never focused on any certain area of Starved
Now,
Rock.
did you go there as a kid?
No,
Like, I didn't go there until I was in Tilseye.
Yeah.
What am I? Tennessee?
Honestly,
Say hi to your mom, Mac.
I don't think I've still ever been there.
I never went to the until I was an adult. Now, I think the first time I went there was Memorial Day.
Yeah.
For some reason. That's the worst.
Oh yeah, I'm sure everybody's there.
Yeah. Like, hey, let's go to Disney on Christmas. Don't.
I love the people that post that too. We're going to Disney for the first time. When? Christmas to
Instead
New
of
Year's.
Instead of a hike. Yeah.
What?
Instead of a hike, it was just like a long like queue through the trails.
Yeah.
Like, what are we all waiting in line for?
I would like to fast pass that cavern over there. I would like to see that.
What are we all waiting in line for? Just to get back to the parking lot, sir. That's pretty much it. Like every garbage can was like, here's the thing, is like at some point, just stop throwing your garbage out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you're the one that came after it's already overflowing, but making a pile next to the garbage is helping no one.
The thing is, since you're watching this on Netflix, I've never like binge watch anything. Okay. So
you have the, I can't speak. You have the discipline to just one episode at a time or two episodes?
Yeah, but I don't usually watch stuff with episodes is what I'm saying. I'll watch movies or something.
I thought you've watched like
I've watched some stuff, but the fact of the matter is that when I do that, I only watch 2 episodes or something, but so this has 3. So then it was like, are you still watching? Are you still with us?
Came up?
So I've never seen this, and I'm like, you're very judgmental as Netflix to be like, hey, this lazy D-bag is like napping in the middle of the day.
At least they finally put up the option like, don't ask me this again. Like you can turn that on before. You couldn't do that originally. Yeah. But you ever seen those memes where literally like they show that screen and the next screen is just some like old man dad on a couch, just like all across America. Are you still watching? And there's just like a dad on the couch, just
yeah. Well, but that's what got me is it's like you should have a built-in clock, Netflix. You know that it's like 1:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So how about if we don't judge the fact that I'm probably sleeping right now?
Right.
You know?
Well, that's like my daughter will put on Criminal Minds of all shows.
Yeah, you said she likes that.
Right. And got Truman into it. So now both my kids know how to murder me and get away with it, I think. Which they got it from me because I can bust through Hunt a Killer in like 10 minutes a box.
Hey, if you're not the one that dies, you're definitely going to find out who did it.
Ooh, hey, is Dad still around? Yeah, well, let's not murder anyone. He's pretty good at this. But that's where I first saw it come up, and it just like she wouldn't even be in the room because she'll put it on and then walk around.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how you watch. Like when I have to watch it. Like I at least have to be in the room. So if something interesting comes up, I'm like, oh, what's that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Go back. Not even in the room. Just comes back, watches a little bit, goes away, comes back, and it'll pop up. I'm like,
no.
Are they still watching this?
Yeah.
Can I hit no? Because I don't want to have the conversation if they're not.
Right.
But it's such a weird concept of the whole like
it guesses when you're not paying attention.
Right.
And it's like, and the other thing is, it's like, plus, I hate to say it, I've been married 17 years, so it wasn't Netflix and chill. It was Netflix and Netflix. You know what I mean? So it's like, am I still watching? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I am. I didn't have another option.
My face is still facing the screen.
Yeah, I did not have another option, okay? I was not presented one.
I will say the thing I like about Netflix is you can change it to do 1.5 times speed. So you don't have
Netflix?
to. Yeah. Netflix has added that. YouTube, you can go to 2 times speed. So I was watching some stuff and my buddy at work was like, how are you watching all this stuff? I'm like, well, yeah, I watch it at 2 times speed. So an hour show takes half an hour. He's like, you watch YouTube on 2 times speed? I'm like, yeah. It must be how the Flash feels. Because when I go back to regular stuff, it's like, and now we are going to.
Yeah.
But if it's something that I don't like, it's not a lot of dialogue.
It's like Snacks the Sloth.
Yeah. If there's not like a lot of dialogue, it's not like here's the thing, because I was listening to a podcast, not called That Checks Out, but you should. It's a great podcast.
Yeah.
About Columbo.
I've heard of it.
And it was I think I've talked about this, or I put it somewhere. I put it on our page.
Yeah.
2 Scottish guys talking about Columbo. I had to put that. I couldn't listen to that at 2 times because they're speaking English, but the accents are so strong. I'm like, what was that? I know everything they're talking about. I have no idea. Like they're just recapping an episode I've seen 100 times. Like, wait, what?
Does he sound like the guy that used to do the Micro Machine commercials?
Yeah. But as Scrooge McDuck.
Today, the part of
part of Micro Machine is going to be played by Scrooge McDuck. No.
Hey, and I did learn one interesting thing
about Starved Rock.
No, not about Starved Rock at all. Why do you ask?
Because I think that's how it started. I don't remember.
Yeah, no. Wine barrels have a
bunghole.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yes, that's the cork where they put the wine in them.
That's where bunghole came from.
Yes. So I thought that is totally awesome.
Yeah. So why does Beavis need to put toilet paper in his wine barrel?
In my wine barrel.
Isn't it great? The whole time everyone's like funny that he like gets some toilet paper and he's just like cramming it because he lost his cork. Oh, he legitimately needed it for his bunghole. Well, I would have handed him some if I had known.
Yeah. And the reason I got to watch this is because, drum roll please, my wife took her birthday off.
That's not allowed. Wait, where's the drums on this? It's been 3 weeks. I forgot.
Yeah.
Well, it's been 4 weeks. I mean,
No, but it's funny because she goes, I'm going to take my birthday. She had a lot of days. Like she lost some days because she didn't take them off. So I was like, okay, it is what it is, But she goes, I'm going to take my birthday off, and I go, really? And I looked at her.
Are you?
You're going to be that? You're going to be that person? But it was on a Friday, so she was okay. And honestly, I guess I would see a difference if your birthday falls anywhere from the week before Thanksgiving till the end of the year. I think you're in that window where you know what, you got to use time anyway. If that's a day you want to use it on, go ahead.
I think we talked about that. Where if it gives you a long weekend,
if it extends something, like if
it was the Wednesday, it's the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We're like, hey, that year, tough luck.
Right.
You're going to work.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's what I said. But I literally looked at her and go, so you're gonna be that person?
Yeah.
What you doing over there, Mac?
Nothing.
I like had those old toys, where you like the straws and then you're swinging around. Like,
I just love how innocent he looks. Nothing. No, I don't.
I wasn't crinkling a bottle.
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear this either. He's still doing it. I didn't hear this either. I don't even know what you're talking about.
I love every time he has a new podcast. Like, hey, we recorded a new podcast. Hey, what was that new podcast about? I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was about 45 minutes.
Yeah. What was it about? About 45 minutes.
About 45 minutes.
Maybe about an hour.
I don't know if there are some people in here. They were talking.
I'm a man. He's a man.
Right.
They did a podcast. Hey, by the way, we've been resharing those, which I like. That was the last one you put up to reshare some of the older episodes on Facebook. So, yeah, start your year off right and listen to something funny. Yeah. And then listen to us.
And then and get back in your routine.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing is that while you were out, and not the Sandra Bullock movie, while you were legitimately out of the whole world, we've got a lot of followers. Like our numbers totally flipped. Like people when people had time, we gave them a pause. They could go back, not intentionally, but we gave them a pause so they could go back and catch up. So we got a lot of new listeners, and then those new listeners brought in new listeners. But we found that whenever we share one of our old episodes, it actually does pretty well. Like people are like, oh, like I missed this one, or I didn't catch it, or I'm a new person, I don't know which ones to go back, and because that can be daunting. And Mac actually said this to his credit. This is his business. We were recording somewhere between episode 5 and episode 10. He's like, what I really see is when people get a lot of back catalog, that's when the numbers start boosting, because they'll come in on episode 70 and be like, oh, I want to hear the rest of this. And then all of a sudden they're listening to episodes 1 through 69. And all of a sudden your numbers shoot up overnight because that person is like, I'm really interested. So I think we're seeing that now.
Yeah.
Which is great. A little bit behind the scenes. Again, thank you. We talked thank you at the top. We're talking thank you halfway through. I don't know. We're grateful. It's 2022. Again, do not make that joke. It is legitimately 2022.
It's 2020 also, man. Yeah. So 3 times, including when we walked in here, when I went to Mac, haven't seen you since last year. And then I started slapping my knee.
Yeah. And Mac was like, did you go to bed? Have you slept? Are you okay?
Have you been asleep?
Is this a side effect that we weren't aware about?
Yeah. But because I wanted to punch everybody in the face that said that,
I got you a Christmas present.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Do you want to talk about it?
I mean, we can. I have a pan. I can make them at home.
Well, no. I mean, I didn't mean you don't have a pan that's this shape, so you do not have this pan. I was talking about the T-shirt that says "Hello, handsome" in reverse writing. So when Damon looks in the mirror, he's saying "Hello, handsome" to himself.
Yeah. So
I ruined my Facebook and like my social media because that'll also move into Instagram.
Oh yeah,
I've ruined everything for at least 2 years to buy a T-shirt off one of those ads because I was like, oh well, he has to have this shirt. I think they literally heard our podcast. I'm like, well, I know one guy will buy this.
Yeah. Our target audience is Ted.
Right. Damon's too cheap, but Ted will buy it as a joke.
Yeah, no, it was really nice. And then I got you the same thing I got you last year.
Nothing.
Right. Yeah. Right. Only in a bigger box. Yeah. So I have a question. First off, I have a question just for Mac.
I will gladly take a break. Go ahead.
Okay. And the reason it's for Mac is because it's about getting a haircut. All right.
Okay.
So anyway, not trying to make a dig, but this is why I don't want your input. Why does every time you get a haircut, it has to be like they beat around the bush, but they make you feel like a pile of garbage?
It's been a while, but I don't remember that.
Yeah, well, because like constantly.
I mean, I cut my own hair, so I do make myself feel like garbage. So I will agree with that.
Yeah,
but when a second person is involved, I don't remember this.
Yeah, well, no, because they're always like they'll ask, they'll be like, "Hey, what do you want me to do with your sideburns or something?" I'm like, just leave them. You know what I mean? They're like, "Would you want me to even them up?" How are they crooked? I did it in the mirror. You know what I mean? Now you're giving me a complex, and then they're like, eyebrows. what's wrong with my eyebrows? You know what I mean? You're like, they constantly do that. You get that too?
I am useless to people that cut hair, barbers and stuff. Okay.
Period. People gone.
Hey, can we wipe that cut hair off? Can we wipe that off?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Hey, you just timestamp it. He won't even pay attention. All right,
I don't know if you've seen pictures or whatever, but I used to have like long hair.
Yeah.
For the majority of my life, I didn't get haircuts.
Yeah.
It's like a recent thing, in like the last, less than a decade. And I go very seldomly. I have no idea what to tell them. I have no sense of style. I know none of the terminology. They're like, "What do you want done?" I'm like, "I don't know."
Oh, they're going to ask you what number you want.
He points over. He's like, "I want that," and on accident, he pointed to Jennifer Aniston on the cover of the magazine.
I just started telling him like, "You have creative freedom." I do. That's what I'm like. Make me look good, please.
Well, that's a lot to put on that.
And then if I don't like it, I just don't go back there.
So you're just like systematically wiping places off the map?
Yeah.
Nope, not that one.
There's so many hair cutting places dead to him. I love it.
He has his own dead to me list.
Dead to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna find an artist one of these days.
Well, I'm giving you no instructions, no direct.
Yeah.
This is Mac. This is very Mac.
Right,
yeah. Creative freedom.
When we get to the end, be like,
I literally tell him like, think of myself as one of those mannequin heads that you had in cosmetology.
Here's
school.
Mac. You have creative freedom. All right, I did this. I don't like it. That's not what I wanted.
I'm never coming back here, and you were on the list.
We make this joke because a while back, Mac was like, "Hey, when you guys are done, can you help me record a commercial I want to do for my studio?" I'm like, "All right." It says nothing. I do a whole thing, and I get to the end. He's like, I really didn't want you to say all that.
Yeah. He starts the camera. He goes, "Okay, go." And so
we're being really nice and like, "Hey, this is Audiohive. Come do this. You can do this. This is what we do."
I mean, we're being us.
Yeah.
So we're having fun with it.
Right. But we're trying to talk of the place. He's like, "No, I didn't want you to do it."
Yeah, I don't want you guys to say any of that. Here's what I want you to say. It's like, okay, then don't say, "Okay, go."
Right.
And have the camera in the
Okay,
air.
go. Say what's in my head. Go.
But
You didn't say what's in my head.
I do kind of remember that because I was like, I have to write a script because I had like a vision for what I want the commercial to be in my head, and for some reason, I just expected everybody else to read my mind.
So creative freedom.
That's the thing.
Yeah. Creative freedom. Not today.
But when it comes to haircuts, no frame of reference up here at all.
Well, I remember I'll see it. Like, what guard do you use? I don't know. 1, 4, 7.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
For me, it's 0. It's just like no guard.
Right,
Just
yeah. So you sit down and they're like, so a 3 on the sides and then just a little bit off the top. No, you don't understand. I don't want to look like a mushroom. Okay.
They do that with. There's one time where Titan came back like that, and literally, like he was totally shaved on the sides of his head, and then the top they just left, and I was like, "What is this?"
My dog has a mullet.
Right. This is the dumbest looking thing I've ever seen. Well, to Mac's point, that place is dead to us. We never took it back. The difference is we brought in a picture, be like, "This is what he used to look like before the hair grew out. Can you recreate this?" Yeah, no problem. What is this? Is this like a Mario character?
Hey, Picasso, I think you failed.
Yeah. Were you looking at the Mario in the background? We're talking about the dog that was in the foreground, you idiot. That's what we wanted.
My dog looks extremely special right now. Yeah. No, I totally get it, man.
Expect this dog to tell me my princess is in another castle. What are we doing? What are we doing here?
He's outside stomping mushrooms. Why is my dog in the yard jumping on mushrooms and turtles?
I don't get this at all.
What is he doing? Oh man!
I mean, you're right though, Mac. I will give you this credit. Like, if they have gotten a chair, you would expect them to have some idea of what.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna give you a basic haircut.
I go 3 months too late. They've got a lot to work with.
Yeah.
I feel like this is every now and then it's a little dig. Not intentional dig. 3 months, man. I got more than you've had in the last 10 years.
So what kind of style you want? I'd like to make a wig for my buddy.
Well, with all this hair, we can make 2.
Locks of love. I don't really love the guy, but I'll give him some. So my next question is for both of you.
All right. Even though I feel like I participated in that one.
Yeah,
Let's go again.
Targeted questions today.
What's the etiquette for holding the door for someone when you're heading towards a line? So you're both going to the same location. What's the etiquette for that? You're gonna hold the door, and then they're gonna get in line in front of you. So you're basically submissive. You're submissively giving them a spot.
See, I needed that clarification.
Right.
All right. No, I get what you're saying.
You're both heading into line. So you're at Steak and Shake. They got one of the automatic tellers open. Okay, and you're gonna hold the door for a family of 7 in front of you. You're gonna do that?
No, I'd Heisman somebody.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: you hold the door for them. you hope that they're a good person, that they were like, hey, yeah, but go ahead.
Correct. So this really happened to me at the doctor's office on a follow-up visit, and I held the door for somebody. Lo and behold, they're walking in to see the same doctor. I thought, there's a couple doctors in this office. Maybe I'll get lucky, right? No, not so much. It was mine. And so when she said next, I looked at him, he held it for me. I'm sorry. I looked at him and I waved him forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, you were here first. And I thought, that's probably proper door etiquette. I watched the opposite on Nicole's birthday when we went to the DMV, and they were going in the door, and literally this woman was walking up on her phone.
Did they ask you if you're ever going to go back to being bald?
Yeah, right. You're going to go back.
What do you mean?
But this lady's walking up the door. She's got her phone in her hand. Like, I don't know how she's not tripping over stuff because she's walking and reading, right? And texting, doing whatever. There's a little old lady parks in a handicap spot, gets out and starts walking towards the door. They're going to get there almost exact time. When the lady looks up from her phone, she sees a little old lady. She speeds up her walk, gets to the door, opens the door, and then doesn't hold it, just like it slams in front of, I say slams, but it closes in front of the lady.
So this brings up some interesting points. So that, yes, that is wrong.
That's what I
just
thought.
flat out, there's no gray area.
Right.
Wrong.
Right.
When we were in Arizona, we were going to, so Tina was going to meet her friend and another friend. She had two friends that just randomly ended up in the same city.
Right.
From two different groups. It's not like if you ended up someplace and Duffy ended up someplace. Not two like school friends. Like one was from school and one was from another, like, and just, but those two people became friends, which I think is weird, but fun. Yeah. They were going to go to brunch, and I was just going to go do my own thing. Because it was supposed to be like they were going to meet up, and then someone else wasn't coming, and they're like, "What? Do you just want to come?" And I'm like, "I guess. I mean, it's fine." But then they already had set up where they were going to get picked up and everything. So now I'm driving by myself behind the group that's driving. It was weird, but we get there and we're kind of chatting, and the person who picked the restaurant knows how busy it gets, and was like, we're kind of chatting in the parking lot, like, "Hey, how you been? Haven't seen you." Like, "Hey, can we just go throw our name in, and then we can chat like after we've thrown our name in?" And I was like, "Yes, thank you."
Someone gets it.
Someone else, like, I can't tell you how much it's like, we'll get to a place and everyone is like slowly taking off their seatbelt and doing stuff in the car. And I'm being very careful not to name names.
Yeah.
But then I see everyone else pulling in and like, okay, if we would have walked in as soon as we pulled in this parking lot, we'd be next in line. Now there's 48 people in front of us.
Yeah. We would have beat the dinner rush. Yeah. Now we are the dinner rush.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That just drives me nuts. It's like, I understand, like, there's relax, calm down, everyone will be fine, but we didn't have to wait.
Right.
That's the thing. It's like, if it was out of my control, I'm fine. I'm cool with it. Not a problem. But if it's, I'm looking and saying, like, if I would have just normally walked, now I'm not running to cut someone off, but if I would have just gotten out of the car and walked in like a normal person, we'd be in front. And the fact that someone else who was not me, but was friends with the person who has a problem with me being
called
this
it
way,
out.
called it out. I was like, thank you.
Yeah.
Why is it okay for them to say it?
We are now friends.
Yeah.
We are now friends.
We've never been good friends, and we're friends now.
Yeah. We're tight. You want to do a podcast?
Yeah. I'll come down. We'll be fine. We'll just do a few. We'll just do a few ahead.
Look, he's not careful around germs. Odds are this is going to happen again. Okay, but no,
but
I totally get it.
Because I thought when you were asking like what the etiquette was, is like when you look out and you're like, how far away from the door do you like? You're going to get it yourself, right? You know what I mean? Because there's sometimes where people hold a door for me. I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah,
like I don't need to run across this parking lot because you wanted to be a nice guy. Just shut the door.
Yeah, no,
I'll be up there. And especially if it's like now where it's cold, or in the summer when it's hot, like in the fall, leave the door open all day. I don't care.
Right.
But like now you're letting all the air, all the heat out of this building because you want to be a nice guy when I'm 17 rows deep. Just shut the door. I'll get it again.
Right.
Or when I get up there, you're still standing there, pop it back open.
No, and the thing is, it's not an elevator. I don't have to wait for it to come back.
Right.
The door's there.
Suddenly the building disappears. Oh,
damn it.
I didn't see this coming. That guy knew something I didn't.
This took a weird turn.
Yeah.
All right. I want to rethink my whole door protocol. But no, so I did that. So then my other thing is as I've held the door for people before, and they don't necessarily go in the same line, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you'll hold the door and they don't say thank you. And it's like, just acknowledge it.
I'll even take a nonverbal nod, like, hey, I get it. We did a thing.
Yeah. But now, and it's different. I should say, holding the door is one thing. That's where you're waiting and following.
You're talking like if they let.
But if you do the hold handoff, you know what I mean. If you hand off the door, you should still get a thank you, but you're still in front of those people, so it doesn't really play in.
Yeah.
And if your whole party, I hate to say this, like we do this a lot when we're leaving church, and I'll hold the door for my family to get out. Well, then there's 47 other families coming, and so what's the proper time for me to stand there when I'm not really on the payroll? Right. You know what I mean?
And I've done that before. Hey, can you telephone Tree to the front of the line that I'll be a while?
Yeah.
Like, you let people go, hey, can you let them know I loved them, and it was nice to see them.
I have the keys. They
Right.
want me at the car.
Right.
Okay. So they're all now standing in the parking lot. But back to your point, when you're like, hey, we didn't have to wait 45 minutes. See, it's not about the waiting. It's about if you're going to waste 45 minutes of your life, okay?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you rather do it on something that brings you joy?
Right.
Okay? Seriously.
Or instead of like mentally looking at all the people that you watched walk through the parking lot, like, oh, we were here before them.
Yeah.
We were here before them.
Yeah.
Oh, party of 48. I saw all of them walk in.
This is what was going through my mind at Steak and Shake.
Yes.
I was like, they have their food. They came in after me.
Yes. Isn't that terrible?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, but that's the same premise for a drive-through. Can you pull up to the rail? No, I can't. I have to wait. They all have to wait.
Well,
we're all waiting.
Right. And that's the thing is like I've actually incorporated into this my act is that when they reopen restaurants, we have forgotten what an inside order and an outside order is.
Oh, correct.
An outside order is you know what you want, and the people in the car want, or the people you're picking up for. You know what you want, and it's all like quick stuff.
Yeah.
If you have to pull up and be like, oh, okay, well, I'm ordering for the office. Jones lactose intolerance, give us the toots, but we pretend we don't know about it. So what do you have that isn't dairy? Like if you got to do that, you're inside.
Right.
Get out of the drive-thru.
That's an inside order.
Get your ass inside.
Yeah. Separate bag, separate pay. You don't pay 4 times at the window.
I get it. There was a time when all you had was drive-thru.
Yeah.
And we all had to suffer through that. Time is over.
Yeah.
And if you're going to a restaurant that doesn't have inside, when they could have inside, go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because we're to a point where we need to be outside, inside orders again. And I don't want to like segregate anyone, but it's so frustrating to be like, oh, that line's not long. And then suddenly they pull up and they pull out a CVS receipt with all the orders on the back of it. Like, okay, well, I got 40 orders, some cash, some credit, some Google Pay.
You hear the forklift backing up. They set a pallet of fries on the back of the truck. What'd you buy? Yeah. But I totally get it.
Call ahead. There's apps now.
Yeah. What about so at the same time then, so you hold the door, you're going to the same line. They don't say thank you. They get in line in front of you. Shouldn't you by law get their spot?
I don't know by law, but by ethics, yes.
By forceful nature?
Yeah.
Forceful physical nature?
Well, I think Matt called it the Heisman.
The Heisman, yeah.
You're gonna Heisman in there.
I yeeted him out of line, and now I am here. Because, I mean, in essence, you're fighting for the back of the line. I get it.
Yeah.
But if you held the door for somebody, you shouldn't be punished to go to the back of the line.
Right. And I get that. But also, it's mentally like I've been in line. I've gotten to like Ty goes to the runner.
Yes.
In lines before, and I'll look like the couple times where I've looked behind me, and I saw that there's a kid just absolutely is like probably this is the 15th store they've been in. They are done.
Yeah.
I have one item. They've got a cart of stuff, but they've got a kid that's going nuts. And I'll be like, hey, you want to go ahead of me? And like, we only got one item. Like, I know, but get this kid out of here.
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah.
Like, we got here at the same time. It's not like you rolled up and suddenly I'm like, oh, I'm going to let this guy go. Like, we got here at the same time. You let me go. No, you go. Just get out.
Yeah.
And maybe not a carful, but it's and I was like, no, I'm okay. I'm good. I'm like, you're not good. This child needs to be out of the store.
Yeah.
Or you're going to be paying for a lot of candy that you didn't want.
Maybe you're good, but the rest of us ain't.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to want to go home. So otherwise, someone's
I will let people go.
Like
if I have nothing else to do,
Mhm.
like if I'm not trying to get back, like Mac was trying to get back to work.
To work, yeah.
If I'm not doing anything, I don't really have a problem with, hey, you
Right.
want to go ahead?
Right.
Really? Because for some reason that makes people's day.
It does.
Like, yeah, I'll go. Yeah, I know.
I've had friends of mine. They'll come. They're like, "Oh, hey, it would have taken me longer, but some guy told me I could just hop right in front of him and this and that." And it's like, okay, but now take that same etiquette to a McDonald's that has dual drive-throughs, and people don't understand it's a 1-for-1.
Well, what I don't hear, it is a 1-for-1 unless they're one of those people with the CVS receipt.
Correct.
The guy in front of you, I can't, man, the amount of people I see where you're just like, your order, Diet Coke, large, $1. And then they pull through. I'm like, really? You waited 45 minutes in this line for a Diet Coke? We're in the parking lot of a Jewel, sir. Just go to Jewel.
You can get a 2-liter for about 40 cents more, and you can have all the Diet Coke you want.
So then they go through, and then I'm like, hey, I just want like 2 cheeseburgers, whatever. And so then we've gone through, and then so that guy's ordered, I've ordered.
The minivan still
I've seen my screen disappear, so now it's ready for the guy behind me. The minivan in the lane to my left, I can still see like your order, and they're still tallying up their items and stuff. And then he tries to come between me and the guy. Like, no, I've paid attention. I've watched the screens, man. Because I guarantee you're going to go up there. They're going to try to charge you like $375 for your $90 order, and be like, well, wait, what's going on?
Yeah,
and you can't throw those guys a curve. I sit there and like at window 1 and can't figure out, like, as an adult, like I don't know if I could do that. They're taking money for my order, but entering the order for the guy in the speaker. I'd be like, Mac would be mind blown.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Wait, what?
And
You want me to record and talk to you guys at the same time? I can't do that.
Okay, but I'm not writing nothing down. I can tell you that right now. I refuse to write down.
left-handed.
But
I'm left-handed too. I can still write stuff down.
I appreciate it when they turn to you and like, did you have the? Yeah,
Yes.
I did.
Yes. But
Because I can't tell you sometimes. Because sometimes they're like, hey, that'll be something. And pull around. And you pull around. And you're like, how am I supposed to tell if I'm the one paying for that? Right? Because if they're like, that'll be $385. When I get up there and they're like, that'll be $62.41. Like we got a problem.
Right.
But when they're like, that'll be blah, 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 pull around. I'm like, wait.
Yeah.
How do I know what I'm doing?
Right.
And I was with John. We went up to Kenosha a few weeks ago to do a show, and by the time we got out of there, the only thing open was McDonald's. He's like, "Hey, I just got to grab something, for the drive home. You mind?" I'm like, no. And they were doing some. If you use the app, you got free food. It was some Mariah Carey like thing. So the first question was, are you guys? The first question was, are you paying with the app today, or are you using the app today? What came out was
You're on the app.
What
From the
drive-thru.
speaker. Okay,
Yeah, from the speaker.
Yeah.
What it came out was, and John was like, what, I'm sorry? It was funny because he does a whole bit about like going up to the speaker. And he's like,
That's karma, my friend.
Yeah, they're
That's
like,
karma.
They're like, are you going to be app today? And he looks at me like, I don't know. I was like, they want to know if we're going to use the app today. And John's like, oh, no. And he's like, how did you know that? I'm like, all right, so I play this game called Hunt a Killer, John. I'm very good with contextual clues. That's in the future, but I know it's going to be relevant now. But yeah, it's like that kind of stuff where like, I know you're multitasking, but we're out here like we have no idea what's going on. But yeah, it's the same thing. I mean, you're right with that etiquette, like 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Unless you're the jerk that ruined it by
right.
They get a couple of quick ones in the right lane, and you're the one. Yeah, I hate when I pull it. Like, okay,
You picked the wrong
pulling
lane.
the wrong run. You look over, and you're like,
Yeah.
I could be eaten by now.
Yeah. You're like, oh no. Same thing. Hey, same thing. Toll booth, big thing. When you before you had iPass, you have to drive through the toll booth. Yeah. You're like, who's not going to have the right change?
Oh, who's going to miss the bucket?
Yeah.
Ever seen someone have? It's a 40-cent toll. They literally have one nickel. So they have a quarter, a dime, and a nickel, and they miss. And you're like, no. I actually have gotten out of my car and
Go
walked
pay
up
it for him.
and have thrown a nickel in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And run back to my car and been like,
Well,
just go. I don't care what it was.
So two things. I still pay with cash. A lot of people don't, but I'll pay with cash.
That brings up something we need to talk about after the show.
But so if I get something that's like 07, it's like 507, I'm going to get the 7 cents out of the cup holder thing that I have because I don't want 93 cents to throw in the cup holder. It's not because I'm a cheap ass. It's because I don't want more change.
Okay, but that's the exact change. Have you ever blown their mind when it's like, 2012 and you give them 2025 and they're like, well, this is too much. I know it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know it is.
Well,
it'll work out.
It'll be like 1812. You give them 2025 and they're like, whoa. Yeah. And it's like, no, you're going to owe me 2 paper dollars.
Right.
Okay. And 13 of the little copper things. Yeah. Okay.
Otherwise, it's going to be 2 paper dollars and a lot of the copper things. I don't want that.
Yeah.
It happened to me at Dunkin' Donuts just a couple days ago, and I was like, just put it in the computer.
Yeah.
that was literally.
I've literally had to do that. I'm like,
just put it in.
That happened to me. I mean, this was the Wilmington McDonald's. This was like decades ago. Like, just type it in. But you gave me too much. Just type it in.
Yeah.
But you gave me type it in. They typed it in like, oh, I only owe you a $5 bill. I know.
Ooh.
Like you're looking at the left number. You needed to focus on the right.
Yeah, science, he says.
Ooh. You need to focus
What am I, a farmer?
You need to focus on the right number. That's the number you need to look at because the 87's matched. Yeah. I understand the 2 on the left didn't match. The 87's matched. Yeah. Like, oh my God.
Oh, hey, so I said I had one more thing. If I was the guy in the first window that took your money,
all right, Columbo.
No, I swear to God, I would look at every card and be like, you're the card with the Coke, right? That's what I would say. I would never like name the sandwiches. Be like, you're the Coke, right? But yeah, okay.
What I hate is like every one of those places has a new process now. Since just tell me what your process is,
right?
Like when you pull up there and suddenly they're holding out the credit card reader on a broomstick.
Yeah.
And they don't put enough force in it. So like you push your card in and then all of a sudden the machine moves away from your card. Like one of us has to hold the thing, guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I'm trying to pilot a 2-ton vehicle.
Yeah.
You are holding a broomstick.
Hey, spaghetti arms. I'm going to need a little strength back there.
Yeah.
Well, but so the other point though too is when you give them the change, they're not ready to take. So you hand them the money and there's change in it. Yeah. Well, who takes money sideways?
Right.
And then all the change falls on the ground. I'm like, well, that was the change right there.
Yeah.
I'm not getting out to find it. Okay, you want to come
At least
outside.
McDonald's is smart and has that Ronald McDonald House thing.
So it's like half that might have fallen.
Yeah, well-
might be a donation.
Yeah, some kid's getting half a donut. That's
Yeah.
on you.
Yeah, but then my next thought is, wouldn't it be great if it was like 98 cents and you just have like 12 pennies? You know what I mean? And you spill it on purpose. Oh, hey, that's your. You know what I mean?
You would do that.
Yeah. But I
Well,
gotta
the difference
say,
is my mother will like instead of handing people change, she'll
Yeah.
put it on the counter. And I will literally, oh yeah, she's one of those people. And I will literally scoop it up in front of her, eye to eye. I will keep eye contact with my mother,
Yeah.
scoop it into my hand, and then hand it to the cashier. And like, that's what we do as adults. I know what she's doing. She's counting it out to make sure it's right. But I'm like,
Right.
okay, that was your first step. Your second step is now to collect it and hand it to the person.
yeah. Otherwise, you're
Because
gonna
they're
watch,
putting up with a lot of crap today.
You're gonna watch. It's like throwing it on the floor and going, "You pick it up."
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, just like, there, here.
What do you got, Mac?
In Japan, culturally,
Oh, they do have that little-
not hand
Right.
people money.
Yeah, you hand it in the
you
cup.
put it down. Yeah, like you put it in something.
They have a little
and then-
tray. You put it in there, and then they take the
Well,
tray.
and
But
you know
if that's
what?
the culture, that's fine.
That would-
But I guess even in the tray, it's already collected. So yeah, I guess you don't have to sit there and.
right.
Yeah, I'm saying my mom will have it spread out all over the counter.
Well, but a tray. I mean, you want to dump. You can dump the tray
Yeah.
into your
Yeah.
hand or whatever, you know. But yeah, when it's on the counter.
Yeah, I guess that is
I mean,
kinda-
it's easier.
when I say
to slide
tray,
it off.
it's like literally like the size of a cell phone, like
Right.
with concave sides, and you
Right.
put it in. Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, one thing was brought to my attention that I've mentioned most of my kids' names, but I've never said my son Nick's name on here.
Was that a problem? Did you have an issue with that?
No, but now I've said it.
Okay.
So that's what I figured. I just
Was that
bring
your
that
New
up.
Year's resolution? And done.
Yeah. So I will just pepper the rest of this. I just might pepper his name in there just so he knows. Okay. So what was his name again?
Yeah, Nick.
Nick. Right.
Yeah.
Go. He
So
said,
if he's Peppa, who's Salt, and which one's Spinderella? And then
they're-
there's a fourth one we're not accounting for.
and both of them are hip. But no, I just laughed because I got that text and I told him, I said, we need to be a bigger jerk like your brother Chuck because he gets talked about all the time, you
Yeah.
know. But
Well, Chuck's also in the house. Like
he's in the house, right?
Yeah.
You know, and
the
so I
calls are
have
coming
more
from inside the house.
I have more interactions. The stories come from inside the house. But no, I just started laughing. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna say that this episode. Can we do a strange story?
Yes,
Okay.
that was from Dave McCauley. We ruined his intro last time because of Mac.
Okay.
But we fixed it in post. So maybe we're fixing this in post. Who knows?
I have two things. I have a heartfelt story it's short. I want to read it. And then I have
Well, if you're going to read it anyway, just do them
Just
both.
read it.
yeah.
Thank
all
you.
right, so here we do. A dog went missing last night, and the owner was advised to put an item of clothing down in the area it became lost in for the scent. Okay. Lots of people searched for the dog, but to no avail. Then, first thing this morning, the dog was found sitting on the owner's coat that he had left. And I thought this was good advice and maybe worth sharing. Then there's a picture of the dog sitting on the coat. So that's good news.
But now you're putting Wayne May out of business.
Well, not even Wayne May, but I thought if you put an item of my clothing out, they're gonna be like, "Sir, your dog was here." Okay, we know she was here.
Is it
She-
just soaked in urine?
Yeah, she shit on your clothes,
Right.
just like she does at
Yeah.
home. She totally.
Oh.
Yeah, we know she was here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
Where's
the last
she at
time I
now?
saw you.
She's not here.
Last
you
time
know?
I saw you, there was an incident. You're
Yeah,
home.
yeah. So
Where's the tree skirt? Well, funny story.
yeah.
We put that out for the dog.
Yeah. But I mean, just what, you get up there and you're like, oh, did you find my dog? No, but we know they were here.
Yeah.
We know they were here, you know?
We it's fresh. How do you know? Well, we put a finger in it. It was still warm on the inside.
You could probably use some besides a finger, but it's okay. Maybe a stick,
Stick's not gonna tell me how hot it is. What are you, nuts?
max thermometer. That's what you do.
Yeah. Hey, can I borrow a thermometer? Yeah, why? You now own that thermometer.
That is yours.
It's no longer a borrow situation.
But since we're talking about drive-thrus, I thought this would be an interesting story. 3 planes are flying potatoes into Japan to tackle the shortage of fries.
because McDonald's is rationing fries.
McDonald's is actually rationing. You can only get small fries.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm sure they're charging large fry prices
of course.
because, yeah.
If you're done, I like a large fry. All right. You pay for the container. What's inside is on you.
It's like that bag of chips. You're like, this.
Some items might have settled during shipping. You shipped it from the counter to my tray.
Yeah.
It was in your hand the whole time.
Yeah. And especially like with the bag of chips, it's like it was sealed. They didn't fall out of the bag. They'd still be in there just in pieces. But you ever open a bag of chips and you reach halfway in before you hit anything, you're like, what the hell happened here?
Is this why they're named Wow? No, that comes later.
Yeah. Party size. No, it's got the same as the other bag. The bag is bigger.
That used to be like at the movie theater. Like, hey, can I just get a cup for water? Well, here's the thing. You're paying for the cup. What we put in it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And they're like, what do you mean? Like, I have to charge you $4.25 for that small cup.
Yeah, if you'd like a $6 cup of water, I can get you one.
I get you water. Yeah. You might as well
Unlimited
just-
refills on
yeah.
that water, my friend.
Right, yeah. You could just take your free mouth over to the water fountain and put in as much as you want.
You got some on that, man?
We went to the movies on Christmas night.
Oh,
and,
you're one of those people. I can't believe you're open. Yeah, if you could stand your family for 10 minutes, I wouldn't have to be.
We get up to the counter. I want popcorn. I'm like, I'll have a large popcorn, and there's a ton of popcorn there. And she's like, we're out of large popcorns. And it didn't like compute because I'm looking at all this popcorn, and they were just out of the large container.
Yeah.
So how long did that? Wait, what?
Wait.
She offered no. She's just like, we're out of large.
Sir, we don't have a
popcorns.
solution. We're out of large popcorn.
Like she had said, can I offer you a medium?
Dude, you should have pointed back there and go, I'll take some of that regular size popcorn you got in the tray right there.
I don't need the Ant-Man popcorn. I'll just take this regular stuff.
Not the big kernel that's up there that's on display to say you have popcorn. I'll take that regular stuff right there. That's awesome. Oh, yeah. We don't have a solution, sir. We're just letting you know we don't have it right now. Hey, that's when you just bundle up your shirt. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Pour it right in. Yeah.
Yeah, you do that hoodie trick where you turn your hoodie around and just dump it in this hood.
Yeah, right
You
here.
know, but it's in my hood, jackass. No, I don't want butter.
Salted.
First off, that's not stopping me. I'm still getting butter.
I don't want butter in my hoodie. Put it in the pocket.
Hold on. I run over to Ace, get some Flex Seal, coat the inside of the hood.
Last minute Christmas shopping? Not really.
Not really.
But if you have any buckets, I know where you could sell them.
And I already have it on backwards. Oh, you're at the movies. They're out of large popcorn.
Do you have any
We know.
disposable paint buckets? Because I know a buyer.
So basically, yeah, McDonald's is rationing their fries. Flexport, I think, is the name of the Flexport just contracted to fly 3 747 loads of potatoes.
It's like the potato famine all over again.
Yeah. To Japan to help with the French fry shortage. Now, here's what's weird to me, because in Japanese culture, they don't eat a lot of potatoes, do they?
Have you seen like some of the fry? Like at one point they had a large, like it was a promotion, but their large fry was ridiculous.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like the size of like a McDonald's tray.
Really?
Yeah. For Christmas, they get KFC though. That's their big thing.
Yeah, and you have to order it way in
way in
advance.
advance.
Way in advance,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think it's still a pretty big novelty over there.
Yeah, so as a
general.
novelty, that's why they're. But I'm just thinking, as a whole in their culture, their stuff doesn't revolve around potatoes, right?
No.
Like ours kind of does.
That's probably why they're out, because they don't grow them there. Because they don't.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the thing. Most of their stuff is seafood related, or it has to be shipped in, and
All
that's
the
a problem.
shipping issues going on.
Yeah.
Semiconductors,
That's where all your
French fries.
that's where all your large containers are. That's the fry containers over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so in Japan, they were only able to buy small size servings of fries.
It's weird. Like over here, we're trying to like ship in we're worried about computer chips for cars and
Yeah, well, and we're
like-
getting that from like that area,
right.
Yeah,
And what do you guys need? Hey, we need stuff to run like our infrastructure and like how to like travel and stuff and everything. What do you guys need? Potatoes.
Interesting enough, we have all the stuff it takes to run an infrastructure. We just haven't sent it to you, and we'll take some potatoes.
Could you guys, once we drop off the potatoes, could you fill those 747s up? Because presumably they have to come back.
Yeah, with microchips.
Yeah. Can you put in microchips?
Well, I'm thinking you could fit a lot more in there than you can potatoes. So, but just fill one. Just fill one plane. But no, that's the big thing though. That's the catch is you're going to be buying a 2020 vehicle in 2024 when they finally get a chip in it.
I want to look it up because the car dealership I tell you about that I drive by that literally had cars stocked forever, and then suddenly they were just parking at weird angles to make it look like there wasn't a car in the lot this morning. I'm talking 0 cars.
Yeah.
But all the signage was still up, so I don't know if it's going to be like Spirit Halloween next year or what. But I want to look that up because like, wait a minute, now you have nothing. What kind of sale did you guys have?
Hey, do we have time for one more or no?
Are we going to get played out like we're on the Oscars? Go ahead, just start it. If we
Yeah,
get played out, we get played out.
All right. Because because the fry thing, I never read the story. There wasn't a whole lot to it, but we had a little fun with it. But this one,
That
there's got to
sounds
be,
like that happens to you a lot.
there's got to be something here. The strange job of Spanish ham sniffers.
All right.
I'll read that one more time. The strange job of Spanish ham sniffers.
Like, is that like the really expensive? Like,
It says some of the finest hams in the world come from the region of Andalusia in Spain. The company Cinco Jotas, or Jotas, however they say that, has been producing premium Iberian ham since 1879. Okay?
Yeah.
They like doing things the way they did 150 years ago to ensure the quality of their hams. They rely on old-fashioned methods. The company employs a squad of ham sniffers, or calidors.
what are they sniffing for?
Let's see here. People's job is exactly what you imagine. They smell the hams to determine when they have reached optimum condition for sale. Yeah. You might be thinking this was an easy job, just a few sniff the hams and bring home a paycheck. But you couldn't be more wrong. The calidors push their sense of smell to the human limit.
They have this for ice cream here in the States. I don't know if you've seen this, where people will take a spoon of ice cream and be the most ignorant. I assume it has to do. They're literally doing. Maybe they're not. I don't know. But they're like, like you have to warm it up on the top of your palate. You have to like it has top notes and all this stuff. I'm like, no, it's just
ham sniffer.
Yeah. Thanks, Santa is busy. Ham sniffers are pushing their nose to their limits. It's a 142-year-old company.
Why does she have headgear on?
Who will take whiffs?
She's wearing a safety helmet. Well, what are you going to run into?
That ham drops on you. You're not going to like it. Who takes whiffs of pork to determine whether the meat passes muster? Well, pass the mustard because it passes muster.
Hey, this is great.
He's too cheap to buy the Wall Street Journal, so we can't read the rest of it. Go ahead.
It says the lead sniffer at Cinco Jotas is Manuel Vega Dominguez.
Well, not even lead enough to be in this article.
Right. Yeah. Hey, there's a woman in that article.
Yeah, is there a woman sniffer? We want to put her on the front.
Yeah.
I can't believe how many articles there are about this.
Send me your sexiest ham
that's
sniffer.
Right. That's right. I remember this because they were going to we can do 800 usually, but we're going to push. If I can get 100, 806 in on a day, we'll be good. Or is it a week? I don't remember. Daily, yeah.
Wow.
If I can smell 108, we're going to call it a good day.
Through most of the year, he's the only ham sniffer on the premises. During regular seasons, he smells about 200 hams a day. But Iberian hams are in high demand during Christmas and the holiday season, and one man couldn't possibly get that job done alone.
You know what would be great? It's like, hey, Japan just called. They want to do ham and potatoes for Christmas. No! I can't fill a 747. I'm one man.
How much ham? I sniff enough ham to fill a 747.
What did you do today? I ate enough ham.
So that's why they hire five additional.
What is this?
They hire 5 additional sniffers around the holidays.
Oh, so
bringing them to a 6-pack.
Do they have those guys on reserve? Do they have to come in
They're in the bullpen. Well, yeah. Hey, warm up.
Do they have to come in 1 weekend a month and then train for 2 weeks out of the year? Because they say it's really hard. Is that you just walk in and sniff? But around November, hey, whatever we got. Who's got a nose?
First off, imagine having one of these jag bags at your house and you made ham. They're like, oh, I'm not eating that.
Well, there's a difference between the $600 leg of ham that's been drying for 3 years and that thing that's mostly water and just wet.
Right.
Why is the ham slimy? We never ask. We just cut it up.
We don't ask.
I assume that's what krakus means in Polish. Wet.
I assume it makes it come out easier. I don't know. Maybe it's ham lube. I don't understand what it is. It says, however, that doesn't mean Dominguez gets to maintain his usual routine. Over the holiday, he has to sniff 800 hams a day.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I told you, he's like, there's a quote from somewhere. He's like, if I can push it to 806, I'll try.
One whiff isn't enough, though. Each ham has to be smelled 4 times to ensure the highest possible quality. Bringing the total number of stiffs, Domingos does it a day to 3,200.
Oh, I didn't see the word ham. It's Vega Dominguez whiffs 800 loins a day. Wait a minute. Is this a side gig?
And we're not looking for him. He's being charged. It says that isn't easy because he said he takes a 10-minute break every 2 hours to maintain his productivity.
I feel this guy just literally sold this company a bill of goods.
Oh, here's his quote. I will find a way to sniff 801, perhaps 802 if possible.
Yeah,
he told the Wall Street Journal.
I knew it was something where he was really turning the knife on that.
It says, okay, so here's
so you can do 200 a day normally.
Yeah.
But when push comes to shove, you can 4 times your output.
Yeah.
You were slow walking
I was
your
gonna
day.
say, yeah,
sir.
you're
slow walking your day.
Yeah, you are. You got too many pre-job briefs.
Yeah,
And,
either people are getting some really crappy hams around Christmas,
yeah.
or you are snowing someone else the rest of the year.
But it says, what are they exactly smelling for? So now we're going to learn. According to him, the pigs are fed on acorns, so the meat should have a certain aroma.
This pig smells like nuts. Well, this one smells like shit, so you win. I'd much rather have the one that smells like nuts.
This one smells like nuts. Sniff it higher.
Why are you on the floor?
You want to change the smell? Go a little higher. I think some lady was breastfeeding that on the way over on the plane.
Hey, we're going to take a little higher and tell you where you can find us. You can find us at thatchecksout.net.
You can find me sniffing cakes.
Yeah. You can find Damon sniffing a lot of stuff, some of it ham, some of it lower. You can find that on all of our socials. That checks out WDT. Or on Twitter for some reason, out WDT.
Yeah.
I am the T. Damon is the D. Damon and Ted. That checks out.
Sniff a little higher.
I remembered all the stuff I did over the last 2 weeks. Yeah. I was too tired earlier. It just wasn't coming back to me. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, oh yeah, all kinds of